Welcome to Don't Quote Me on That. One day we will have an intro, but today is not that day. Hello, hello, hello. This is finally Elanor.
And this is, as always, Kalina.
And welcome back to Don't Quote Me on That.
Said with all the confidence of someone who's been doing this show for
Every
a while
time
now.
I go to say our name, I forget what it is. Like, I know what it is, but I also know that there have been talks about what it actually is, and then I get confused.
Yeah, because I think when we first switched over to podcast format, I didn't like to let you do the intro because you'd be like, "Welcome to Don't Quote Us on That," and I was like, "That's not what it is. It's like not the thing at all."
But I said it very confidently, which has to count for something.
It did not. I'm
I
sorry. The
I think
first
it
year
should
bubble.
have.
It shoulda, coulda, woulda.
That's a Taylor Swift song, almost.
I almost only counts in horseshoes. I think is what they say.
And hand grenades. And we're doing one of those right now.
I never got that phrase. I would just say the horseshoes part.
Oh, it was always horseshoes and hand grenades for
No,
me.
I just don't get it. So I just say horseshoes. I'm like, I know what horseshoes is. I know
What
what
do you
it
mean
is.
you don't get it? If you get close enough with a grenade, it'll blow up. Well, it'll blow up either way, so you just kind of got to get in the vicinity. I don't really understand the horseshoe one, because don't you only get points if it's, like, really, like, hooked on the little pole?
Wouldn't it be darts then? Because like darts, even if I don't get a bullseye, like as long as I'm on the board,
I don't think almost counts in darts. I think if it
yes,
counted
but you
in
still
darts,
get
they would
points
have
either
already
way.
said that. Yeah, but, like,
Like okay, I'm
I
not
guess
getting a
I
bullseye, but I still got some points.
But if you mess up on horseshoes, there's just like a horseshoe on the ground. If you mess up in darts, somebody can lose an eyeball. You have to get like
That's their fault for standing
on
by
the
the
ball.
dartboard.
Yeah, but people are stupid, and
That's not my fault. And
it
at the end, they
legally
still
it
hit
would be
something.
though.
Ergo, almost counts in dart.
I don't agree, but if you can get enough signatures on your petition, go crazy.
You know what? Almost. I'm trying to think of a segue here. It's coming to me.
Okay. Well, while
You know
you're
who
on
really
the
hit the target all of the time? Got it. It's with me. I'll let you go. I'm sorry.
okay. Well, I before we get into the meat and potatoes, I was gonna ask how your week was.
Oh yes, you did. You sorry. There wasn't a plan that I definitely read and then ignored immediately. My week was it's been better, definitely for sure. Um I tore my ACL, which
Party.
doesn't have any bearing on us recording at all, but kind of the rest of my life affects all of it. So that's fun. But that's what I get for being a busybody. So now I get to find a new hobby. So if all of a sudden there's a lot of episodes of this show coming out, that's because I'm home and have nothing else to do with myself but read and watch more than one episode of Bones at a time.
Like different episodes on different screens at the same time, or like more than one in one prolonged
More
period?
than one in one prolonged period.
Okay, thank you. Because watch it twice as
Both?
fast if you did both. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, except for a few episodes, I suppose it doesn't really matter if I finish one before the
Exactly.
other.
Some guy dies, she figures it out. Okay, goodbye.
How was your week?
Oh yeah. Also tough. Being alive is so much fun,
It is a
and
gift to wake up every morning.
I do think I've been thinking a lot lately about people who are just like having a case of being 19. Like your diagnosis is just like that you're 19. And
Yeah.
I fear my diagnosis right now is that I'm just 26. I
Yeah,
don't
looking
I
forward
don't
to that one, brother.
yeah.
It's
I
great.
just I just don't think 26-year-olds are supposed to be happy. Um
I think like what it is, your frontal lobe developed, right? Like 25. So you've had a year to like be in the world with a fully developed frontal lobe, and your frontal lobe was like, I gotta check out for a moment. This is a lot for me.
I don't I don't think I think my brain is still mushy, or like my skull is still mushy a little bit. I don't think anything's fully ready to go yet.
Oh, well, I can't help you. My frontal lobe's been developed since the age of 6, I believe, personally, because I've met
Yeah,
other people
you were just kind of born at 20.
ready to go.
You were the most business casual middle schooler I have ever seen.
Shut up. I don't know her, okay?
I love business casual Kalina.
You know what's horrible though? Like I coach high schoolers now, and so like I see, I'm around them fairly often, and I like hanging out with them for too long, like outside of coaching them, like if we're just on the deck and they're waiting for their parents or whatever, and I'm talking to them, like if I hang out with them too long, I start to feel like middle school Kalina. I'm like I don't know how to relate to these children, but I felt like that when I was also 14.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been able to talk to anybody that has ever been my age or younger. Put me in a room with like 45-year-old moms who think my hair is fun. Ugh. I went to get a new phone last weekend, and while I was there, the guy was like, "So what are your plans for this weekend?" And that was my big weekend event. But I
went to
can't
dinner with my
say
friend.
that.
He's like, "What do you have going on?" And I was like, "Nothing." And I was like, telling him about my knee, right? I was like, "Nothing. I can't do anything for 6 months, right?" And he was like, "No, no. Like, what are you doing this weekend?"
This.
It's the weekend. It's the weekend. I'm not going to work. That's my plan.
Hmm.
I went to a bookstore. Actually, beautiful segue. I went to a bookstore for the first time in a long time. If anyone would like to check it out on TikTok, don't quote us on that. That's the only time you can say that. Don't quote us on that on TikTok. I posted a book haul.
I went to a bookstore recently, and I think I had the exact opposite experience of you. It was brand new. It was part bookstore, part coffee shop, which is your first sign.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it other than this place was AI generated. That's like just three
Like,
of the most coworker brained people were like, what is a bookstore? I know that there are books that have gold on them and stickers, and you can also get bad coffee. And then that's what they made. It had the vibes of a Kmart. Kalina, would you like to learn a little bit about a fun little band that I recently discovered all on my own called 303? We are here today after a very brief catch up to talk about. Kalina, I need you to say the title of it again. I thought it was gonna come to me, and it never did.
is that why you were saying so many words? I was like, all right, we don't have to intro it a third time. I think they got the joke. Oops. Hello, everyone. We are here to talk about what may, in fact, be America's most underrated band, and that is 303. And today we are exploring what I have aptly and brilliantly and wonderfully and trademarkedly named first, latest, and greatest.
First, latest, and greatest.
Because it rhymes, in case you didn't get that.
That's
which is
why.
where we take the first. Which is great. The best part about this, guys, is that we've done this before, and like this is the first time the name has come to me. I think we were calling it like first, last, favorite, which isn't wrong.
I'm pretty sure that's just like what I texted you to try to convey this idea.
Yes.
You're like, perfect, no
Run
notes.
with it. But branding's important, and we're trying to, like I said, I have a lot of free time, so we're trying to build a brand here. So first, latest, greatest, 303, which is where we take an artist's, in this case 303's, first song, their latest song that they released, and then what each of our favorite song by them is.
Mhm.
And we discuss the transition, obviously the music, anything that comes to mind. If you've listened to us talk before, there'll be some 90% of this won't be about the topic at all, but it will be entertaining.
I mean, we're already 20 minutes in, and we just now got to what we're talking about. So I think, anyway, 303's first song.
Yes. Sorry, real quick. Because I had to record with my brother and you weren't here, I had to learn how to read Wikipedia articles. So I read the Wikipedia for this for once, and Ellen and I had not a disagreement, but we had differing first songs, because according to Wikipedia, so this band started, they were both in college, they were like, let's make music together. So it was the first song they made together. It's called Say Them Up.
Mhm.
But their first single they released was "Holler Till You Pass Out," which is also interesting because they released it at Say It 'Em Up was 2000 and it was on their self-titled first album, so it was like 2006, I want to say. But and then they released "Holler Till You Pass Out" as a single in 2006, but that wasn't on their first album. That was on their second album. Yes,
Debut self-title was 2007.
crazy. Still, "Holler Till You Pass Out" came out in 2006 as a single, but they didn't put it on the first album. I think it fits better on "Want," which is what it's on in
Yeah,
2008. But I just thought that was interesting.
I agree.
I like their first album, but it's very much like I don't think Eleanor and I are festival people. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
tell. So it's very much like festival music. Not that any of 303's other music isn't, but it feels just a little too in that scene for
Hmm.
us to like it more than, let's say, Want or Need or anything
Yeah.
else they make.
Kalina and I are more like house party people, but the party is just the two of us. But Holla Till You Pass Out.
Holler Till You Pass Out.
It's a
I
great
think
song.
I appreciate their in regard to like them putting on Want. I appreciate their dedication into like wanting to craft an album.
Hmm.
So like I think 303, the self-titled album, has a clear sound. They're also it's like also very new. Um, but I think like talking about having a clear sound, Want has a clear sound. All of the song titles are like all caps and like no spaces. It takes you on like a up down journey. It's really hard to talk about 303 because like they're so good, but if you try to like break it down, it's like yeah, the bass was really loud and they sang about getting drunk and doing drugs.
And there was a little bit of misogyny, but that's okay because they love Colorado.
Yeah. Um in returns the Holly T pass out, it does grab your attention immediately
Hmm.
because the song starts and then it's the two of them yelling and I think it's been so long since I heard this song, it's hard for me to give you a fresh take, but I do think probably the first time I heard it, I was like, I feel like I'm being accosted. But now I love it. This was my alarm for a while because like it will wake you up. You have to
Oh,
get up.
it will wake you up. I love this song because I do think it is a very 303 song.
Hmm.
I think there's like no other this is 303 sound and they got into their groove
Yeah.
early. I agree. I liked it. They kind of mellowed out a little bit
Yeah.
from the first album forward, and I agree with yeah, we're on the same tactic there. But they do very fun things in this song. Like for claim the phrase Bollerado.
I today listening to the song again was the first time I realized how I think irreparably this song changed our lingo
Hmm.
because the amount of times I say Fort Bollerdale to people that just will not understand it at all. We're still working on Baller Zone. I don't love it, but
I
it's
don't
easier
love it
than
either.
yeah. But like I've said Fort Bollerdale to many a person.
And I think you should keep doing that because that was one of our greatest inventions.
Um, I like this song in terms of like where I looked at it a lot about where it is on Want because I've heard it so many times. It's really hard for me to break down the song itself.
Mhm.
What I do like is when it comes in, they're chanting "I'm gonna hit you from the back" at like a constant level, but the music like fades in. It gets like slowly gets louder, which I really like and kind of brings you into the energy of the song, which is good because on Want it's the second to last track and it's following Still Around, I think. It
Hmm.
comes after Still Around, which is like a really it's like a mellow song. It's kind of bringing you back up, and then it flows into Colorado Sunrise, which is a I think high energy song in terms of sound, but like lyrically it's kind of deep. So I thought Holler Till You Pass Out is a good middle ground to put in between the two of those. We
Yep.
don't want to end on two sad songs.
No,
And
really,
also no, go
no,
ahead.
it shakes you out. Still Around is mellow,
Yeah,
and then
a
Holiday You
little
Pass
emo.
Out. And then Colorado Sunshine, I think, is a good marrying of the two.
Yeah, and like I like when a album takes me on a journey, but I don't want to unless it depending on the artist. But like 9 times out of 10, I don't want to end on like a sad mellow song.
Mm.
So Colorado Sunrise lyrically is sadder, but so I saw a video or I don't know, it was like I don't know, was it a video or a post, whatever, where the guy was like, "Everyone nowadays wants to get married and have kids. Why do none of you want to party in Ibiza?" That's 303's music.
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10,
They
it's the
want to
latter
party
half.
in
Is we
Ibiza.
want to party in Ibiza. Every once in a while, they're like, it's not about like getting married and having kids, but like, I love you and I will never be the same man. And LOVE is just a word I don't know how to pronounce, right? Like things like that. But then they're like, use a
But,
punk bitch
but also,
if you don't know about Boulder.
one other thing, now that good segue. Thank you for bringing up that lyric. I really like that 303 has created a 303 universe with their music.
Yes.
Like Punk Bitch is the name of another song.
Mm-hmm.
They call it a gang sign. I don't personally feel correct using that term. But like their visual of their hand signal, I think Holler Till You Pass Out does a good job of kind of setting up the universe.
Yeah. This is earlier on for them, but I think I said this for my greatest pick is like, I guess if you're permanent, the 303 universe is there's like a few things that make a 303 song. It's a Colorado shout out. They're like proud of where we come from. There's going to be one surprisingly deep lyric in there that you don't know why it's there. There's going to be a nonsensical lyric that you still understand. My example is in Don't Trust Me, where they go do the Helen Keller and talk. It's like no one, like this is not an idea that anyone has ever had before, but I see what you're saying. And then there's going to be a made up word. My example for the song that I picked, which is a bit of a spoiler, but I'm sure they said it, is swaggo boom. That's not a word, but I do love it.
I do believe that the like catch you off guard deep lyric in Holler Till You Pass Out is bitches on the dick, give them 303.
Yeah, I was gonna say Holler Till You Pass Out. Again, it was early days. This one's not really.
No, but it's about taking care of the women in your life, which I think is an
the
important
deep lyric
message.
Is your girl's a freak, because that's what
Yes, I told her.
Oh yeah, and also like honorable mention is like, I said that 303's music is like Scotty doesn't know, but like that's their entire discography. Like, your girl's actually my girl.
Yeah, which alludes to my favorite song. But I think yours comes chronologically. So unless you have anything else to say about Holler Till You Pass Out, would you like to have the floor?
I do have a few more things. Vocally, my favorite delivery of 303, I think so the 303 is two guys. It's Sean and Nathaniel, right?
Yes.
Nathaniel looks like Eleanor's type. But he usually does this like really deep, I don't know how to explain it. He like makes his voice really deep. In this song, they go like, give me half, right? Or they're like chanting. He does like this really, I don't know. I just really vocally, I like when it sounds like that. And I watched part of the music video because, again, I'm trying to come up with new stuff to talk about. I've heard this song too many times. And it was like low budget, nonsensical. It introduced them because like it puts their names on the screen, which I think is good for a first single and like first single you've ever put out as a band. Also, I think it's good I wasn't at clubbing age when the song came out, because like I don't go to the club now, but like I probably would have if we were playing 303. And in regard to, I'll call out for me, in regard to the guy kind of looking like your type, is I kind of like every time I listen to 303 too long, I'm like, I kind of want a greasy 2000s emo tattooed guy. Like I unfortunately, there's a call out for Kalina. I unfortunately think Escape the Fate Ronnie Radke, specifically in the Not Good Enough for True Thing cliche music video, is like the peak of man. And I would like to very swiftly move on. So we're going for our greatest.
Yeah.
And my pick is Don't Dance.
Oh.
Yeah, if you had asked me this 2 weeks ago, probably would have been a different answer. But I heard Don't Dance on a video, and I was like, oh. I'll let you
Ugh.
pass. That was a strong contender for my greatest, but we're talking about it. So
I think "Don't Dance" is the king of lines that take you completely off guard.
yep.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said the tenets of 303. Colorado call out, nonsensical lyric. And this one, it's they say break it down to a fraction. I'm doing decimal subtraction to find a reaction. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean, but like also,
But like I get it. Yeah.
the surprisingly deep sentiment in "Don't Dance" is she knows not to be another wife in waiting, so she's just a
Just a
widow that
widow
I'm
that
dating. Also, there's one about ashes, and there's a line about how like she's still afraid of the boogeyman under her bed, which is right before that. Those two, but mostly the wife in waiting part. Vocally, also a very funny song. He's like putting on this like
Oh,
I don't know nasally
hilarious.
effect. It's so funny. But again, he's putting on a voice and going like she knows not to be another wife in waiting, so she's just a widow that I'm dating. And I'm like, wait a
Boom
second,
swagga boom, babe.
swagga boom. Yep. And also I find that lockets tend to be a reoccurring theme. Eleanor will know which song better, but in this one they talk about a heart-shaped locket and also another song on want. I'm pretty sure they talk about lockets.
Yes, I don't know it off the top of my head.
It's on
Yeah.
want for sure. But yeah, vocal again. This is kind of like vocally. I love this sound. We've
Punk
got our
bitch.
303 call out. They say this is for the CO 303, my people.
Sorry, it's Punk Bitch that has the locket line.
And you didn't remember? You love
No,
that
I'm
song.
sorry. I do, but I also have the worst memory in the whole universe.
Yeah. And like Eleanor said earlier, 303 does a really good job of creating a universe. I like how you phrased that. And the opening line of "Don't Dance" is tongue in cheek till the hole burns out her mouth, which makes me think of "Don't Trust Me." He says, "Tongue's always pressed to your cheeks while my tongue is on the inside of some other girl's teeth." And it's like how you can take very similar concepts, but like in "Don't Trust Me," it's like, yeah, you're obsessed with me and I'm making out with this girl over here. And in "Don't Dance," it's like more emotional. Like this girl's going through it. It sounds like her husband died. They burned his ashes. They're like, we know the ashes in her purse was a person, and we never should have burned him. Something like that. It also feels like not deep commentary, but social commentary on the kinds of people that they are like seeing in these party spaces, and that made me think of, which is a terrible line. It's from Rich Man, and he says a rich skank filled up like a
Sperm bank.
yeah. But it's like these are the people they're choosing to surround themselves with.
This song also does one of my favorite. I have two favorite things in songs, and I'm gonna not say them right next to each other because it's very embarrassing for me as a person. But they talk about blood in this one, which love that. They also do that kind of often, which go me. Look, Kalina loves a car crash. I love blood. Okay.
We have our things, okay?
Yeah.
And the first step to admitting you have a problem, to fixing your problem, is admitting you have a problem.
Yes.
Not us, though.
No, it's not a problem. It's just a fun little part of my personality.
I was listening to this on YouTube to kind of read the comments, and one of the comments for "Don't Dance" is, "This song is so consent coded." And like sometimes when we talk about 303, I feel like we're digging, like we're trying to make them deeper than they are. I think they are deep, but like I think we're trying to give them a little bit too much credit. What do you mean this song is so consent coded? I didn't write down the lyrics that they said were consent coded.
It says, I gotta get you out to take this chance.
Yeah. Well, consent coded, and I think
Hey.
sometimes we need to get off the internet.
Hey, but Kalina, consider the way you fit your jeans. It makes me ready for action.
Yeah, see, I just feel like you're kind of like watching me from afar. And I didn't
Yeah.
consent to it.
But in a respectful way. Because I respect women. But it's fine. She knows not to be another wife in waiting. It's her
fine.
fault. She picked it.
Yeah, that's it. I think you could play "Don't Dance" more so than a lot of their other songs in a club today. Especially if you like cut out the first verse. Not like the verses aren't very strong. but lyrically, this as a whole, the song is sound, so I think it works. But if you're just listening to the sound or in a club, if you cut it from the pre-chorus on, I think this you get away with playing this.
I agree.
Again, I might be biased. I just want to go to the club when 303 is playing, but
I agree. I think we need to see 303 live at some point, which
I think the
I
last time
believe
Eleanor
will
and I
happen
went to
for
a
us.
club together, which is not a common occurrence. There was a mechanical bull,
Yes.
and Eleanor did not want to be there.
Also correct.
We were, I don't know, there was a lot happening. Mechanical bull, mostly.
Yeah, I tried really hard to be a good sport, but it was kind of hard.
Oh, and then it was really funny. So it was like a restaurant, right? That's not important at all. But we went. I was really hungry, so we went to eat at the restaurant before we went to before it turned into a club. And our food took about an hour to show up. All we ordered fried food. So that's not complicated to cook.
Yeah.
You take it out the freezer, you dump it in the fry basket, right?
In a bag.
It was like fried pickles and mozzarella sticks. Some little sampler. Took about an hour. I was fully convinced our waiter forgot to put in the order because I saw him walking around, but he wouldn't come back to our table. He was just going everywhere else. But then he came back. He was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get the manager to give you a disc. My bad. It's not the kitchen's just taking a long time. I'm so sorry. Also, place is empty. Okay, it's not like they're packed. And people who came in after us got their food before us
and paid and left. Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? He's a nice guy. It wasn't his fault. Whatever. I'm back to being convinced he forgot our food because the restaurant turns into a club. The DJ walks on stage. Who do you think the DJ is? But our lovely waiter. So I think he was busy prepping his set, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot to put in these mozzarella sticks. And then, as the night went on, another DJ came on stage, but our guy didn't leave. So then there was just two DJs. Our waiter was ripping two vapes. It was just, and the mixes were good but odd. They weren't songs I would have blended together. Mm-hmm. And the music I was hearing was stuff that played when I was in middle school, and I love Arizona and I love Elanor. That's not the demographic.
No, that's not.
That should be dancing to that.
No.
Some guy had his shirt off. Anyway, I would like to hear 303 at the club.
Agree. I especially would like to hear my favorite 303. I don't know if this was my favorite. I started my prep for this, and I was like, I know it's going to be this song. And then I listened to both songs. I had two runners up, and I still haven't been able to pick, so I'm just going to go for the one that I'm looking at right now. Mad at You.
Oh.
From Night Sports.
Deep cut.
Look, it's not that I think cheating is a good thing. It's not that I think you should cheat on your partner. I, in fact, think you shouldn't do that. I think it's kind of wacky. Boy, are there some songs about cheating?
This is also, I think, as they got, like you said, they kind of mellowed out with later albums, and I feel like this album, Night Sports, is, because it's mellower, they also, I don't think I had some more freedom to be deeper. Mm-hmm. Is Two Girlfriends on this album?
No, Two Girlfriends is on Omens.
Oh yeah, I always get those two mixed up. But that sort of vibe is Two Girlfriends, much deeper than I think any song off of One. But at the same time, it's he's singing about how he had two girlfriends and now he got none.
One. No, because the number 2 girl found out about one.
It's
and I just want to say, if you can rank them, pick the one that's on top. You know?
Don't cheat.
Yeah, don't cheat. But
I'm sorry, Mad at You. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Good song. Good pick.
Yeah. How could I ever be mad at you? Because I've been doing that shit too.
That too is they're very they're listen, I'm not perfect. You're also not perfect.
Mm-hmm. And let's meet in the middle. Move on. Yeah, exactly. And we have a teeny tiny bit of misogyny in this song, which is honestly, I like it when a song has that. It makes it more relatable to me and my experience.
You know when they say things haven't aged well? I don't think 303's aged well. But I also don't think they've aged poorly in the way that like there's some songs like I can't listen to this at all now,
Yeah,
you know? But like it's definitely of its time.
it's
But I
very,
also
very of
think
its time.
even when they were writing it, I don't feel like the misogyny is coming from a genuine place of they believe women so, you know? Like I think that's
No,
just like the space they're in and they know the vibe is like high rollers. Women
I
are
do
just like
think that
accessories.
there is actually a line in Mad at You that encompasses exactly what we're talking about right now.
What is it? Do tell.
I got OCD when it comes to that pussy.
They're like,
It's not that
listen,
they
am I gonna
hate
swap you
women,
out?
they love sex with
If
women.
am I gonna swap you out for a different girl in 20 minutes? Probably, but like right now, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
Yeah. And what's more romantic than that?
Honestly,
Also, my favorite part of this song is also another little Nate having a fun little voice chime where he goes, I'm all in it. I'm past the limit, knocking on the gates of heaven. Can I kick it?
yeah. We love women. I believe in
Yes.
women's rights and wrongs.
I love women so much that I would kiss one.
I wouldn't go that far. I think between I wrote this down. So that they released their we'll get into it. They released Slushy, that's their latest single, July 25th of this year. The last album they released before that was Need in 2021, and their last single was also 2021. It was Vampire's Diet. So like in that it's not but like it's not like they fell off the face of the earth between all of that. They were writing and producing music for other artists. So they've been in the industry and I don't know, nothing's come out about them.
And you know what else, Kalina?
What?
I would like you to be my little slushy.
I I have mixed feelings about this song. I want to like it and I don't dislike it. It just I really love early 303, you know?
Hmm.
Like early 303 again, just no holds barred, right? They can do whatever they want. So now I do think they're like aware of some of the stuff they can't get away with and this still does toe the line. Also 303 I think does a really good job of doing innuendos. I thought that was
Yes.
funny because holler to you pass out not at all. That one's out there. Here we go. But like they'll like just slip a line in there and then it's like a little while later like, wait a second. What did you wait a second. Hang on. In this one, like the more I listen to it, the more I didn't love it at first. I do think it's a good I think they do a good job of still sounding like themselves, especially their early stuff,
Hmm.
but also making a song that I think sounds like 2025 summary, you know? They have they've also really tapped into teen early 2000s having no money imagery. In this case it's like going to the gas station and having a slushy with your friends, you know?
Yep.
But like just kind of living it up when you really don't have anything to be living it up with. But the innuendo in this song,
I'm about to come and go. I'm about to come quick.
hey, hang on, I'm getting whiplash.
It took
How'd we
me
get here?
until my most recent listen, which was probably like 5 or 6 go around, to realize that he's just straight up saying, "Give me brain."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then he says stuff, he says something about like something about I'm missing the second page of my notes unfortunately, but like something about cherries and I'm like I do want this is cute.
Sugar
I'll
on
be
my
your little
tongue like
slushy.
frozen cherries.
Yeah.
You got me crazy.
Also vocally, I really like this. There, I think Sean is the other one has a very distinct voice,
Hmm.
and I never feel like they're not like singing, you know?
They
They're
are
delivering a
definitely,
performance
yeah,
or
yeah.
chanting.
Things are coming out of their mouth. They are definitely delivering. And I think Slushy delivered on like it's definitely a 303 song, but
Yeah.
there are better 303 songs, and I do hope that this felt very radio to me in a way that singles
Yeah.
often do. So I like the bones here. I hope if we get an album, we go more into what I like about 303.
Explicit, but it is, you know? Like The
It's
meaning
about
is
having fun and dancing at the club and screaming when your song comes on. What do you mean?
also he says, "Come put me on a leash," which I said that was a callback to Choke Chain, which it wasn't, but I like Choke Chain, so I wanted to talk about it.
I liked that line. That's another thing I like when songs do. This song hits both of them. There is a line that says filling up my blood with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then calling all my freaks, come put me on a leash. And they got my number there. I'm so sorry. They got me there.
Another thing I like is I feel like they make innuendos. Like they don't just take a common one and make it work for their song. Is they take their song imagery again. But we're talking about slushies. He's like, I'm at the Come and Go, which is the gas station, you know, and you get a slushie at a gas station. Versus, and the example I came up with is not perfect, but like All About That Bass, by Megan Trainor, right? I feel like that's like, I feel like she built her song around that concept versus the other way around, you know?
Yeah.
Building the concept around the song. The second verse, and back to like, he talks about a pack of reds and a 20 up. Like we're committed to this scene that we're set. And I feel like they usually do. I'm thinking about, I think it's Rich Man. They talk about like, there's girls in the backseat. I'm turning up the stereo, like things like that. Like they commit to the space and time that they're writing about.
Mm-hmm. Which again, they build a universe, and I really respect that.
And they're self-referential, like I said. The leash line about Choke Chain, the filling up my blood with you. It kind of reminds me of like Colorado Sunrise, a Starstruck, a Punk Bitch. Even like they're surprisingly deep, but they're also, I think, kind of going also back to the fact that they do write music. They wrote "Tattooed Heart" for Ariana Grande, which is like, that's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
That's a deep song, I think. The same people who wrote "Tell Your Boyfriend If He Says He's Got Beef" wrote "Tattooed Heart," you know? So they have the range, and just like being referential to I don't know, to the zeitgeist. Am I using the word correctly? There's a line in Slushy where they say "dripping purple rain." That's a Prince song, Elanor, in case you didn't know.
I did know that. Thank you very much.
Oh my god, speaking of Prince, did you know that Michael Jackson did not like Prince?
I did not know that.
My favorite Michael Jackson fact is that Michael Jackson would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, allegedly, to record songs that he dreamed about because he was worried that if he went back to sleep and didn't record them, God would send those song ideas to Prince. So he had to record them immediately.
That's the kind of shit I want to rival like that. I want that much purpose.
I'd heard that before, but I saw a video recently of someone talking about that phenomenon, and they were like, "This is the reason I believe in God, because it's not that Michael Jackson couldn't have just been delusional, right? That man had to have woken up one time and had a song idea at 3 a.m. He's like, oh, I'll do it in the morning. Forgot, and then heard Prince singing that song on the radio. Yep. So he's like, God's got to be real, because Michael Jackson was like, I'm not taking any chances.
How else? Yep.
Thoughts on 303? We can't talk about 303 because I think we just talk about every song 303 has ever put out in their lives.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the best song 303 has ever put out is the entirety of Want.
The best song 303 has ever put out is whatever 303 song I listened to last.
Yeah, honestly.
If you ask me next month, my greatest pick will be different.
Mm-hmm.
But I, like, she knows not to be another wife in waiting, but she's just a widow that I'm dating has been trapped in my mind.
Bars.
A bar. It's like you hear that and you're like, haha, like her husband just died and she's dating again, and then you're like, wait a second. Like, she's been through this is kind of sad.
But wait, I'm still at the club.
Wait, I'm at the club. Why am I crying at the club?
Because that's what 303 does.
We should see 303 live.
We should. But in closing, I'm excited to see what 303 does. I hope we get an album.
Yeah.
If we do, we may or may not talk about it. We can't really do too many 303 episodes in a row because they are just the same thing over and over again, unfortunately.
If they don't put out an album, though, we can talk about the couple singles. Like I said, there's Vampire's Diet. There's Slushy. Lonely Machines wasn't on an album, I don't think. I think they had Lonely Machines, but I don't think they put that out on Need, whatever they put out in 2021. Also, call back to Don't Trust Me on that one. So I could talk about those two lines for an hour.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to let you because we have been here long enough. In closing, Miss Kalina, has there been a piece of media that has stood out to you this last week?
Yes. I get a decent amount of songs from TikTok now, and one of them is called "For Leaving." It's by Jake Minch, and the line that sticks out to me in that, which is why I keep playing it on a loop at work. So sorry to my coworkers. Um, is he says, "Mm-hmm." Come back to me. For leaving, Jake Minch.
Okay.
I've said too many 303 lyrics, so now I can't get
There's too
the
many
time.
words going on in your brain. Yeah.
What media has stuck out to you while I look up this line?
For me, it has been an album by Xana, who is Canadian. It's called "The Sex Was Good Until It Wasn't," and my
Hmm.
favorite part about that album is
That's
that
usually how that goes.
the yeah is that the deluxe cover alludes to period sex, which I think needs more representation in the media. Shout out Saltburn.
This is why we need more vampire stories. Oh, I saw someone say that like we have swapped from vampire stories like as a story of like seduction. I don't know. I didn't really read the first part, but something about we're swapping from vampire stories to Frankenstein as like an idea of like class struggle and stuff like that. So I think that's really interesting because they're making that Frankenstein with is it with Jacob Elordi? It's like
I
Pedro
think so.
Pascal and Jacob Elordi, I think, which I saw the trailer for. Unfortunately, it looks very good. Also, while I remember, this is another song I got off TikTok. I sent you a song the other day. Did you listen to it?
Not yet.
Okay, that's fine. I want you to know also when I sent it to you, I only sent you the YouTube link because I know you don't use Spotify, but I don't know what the video's about, so I wasn't talking about the video, I was just talking about the song. But it was about vampires. It's called Vampire Teeth by Car. Um, it's cute. Sometimes I hear songs. I'm like Eleanor like this. So, but anyway, for leaving Jake Minch, he says, "Baby, I was never wanting it. I was only ever proving to me that I could do it, and I did it until I couldn't, and I knew it. But I wanted to be wrong so bad." Which I feel like could apply to a lot of things. I applied that to me trying every single thing because I cannot rest for 5 minutes, and now I can't do anything at all. And I wanted to be wrong so bad.
But now you're gonna get used to resting, and you're gonna learn how to do that. Because I don't think you have ever rested in the entire time that I have known you.
I started a letterbox at the beginning of the year, and I have not watched a single movie this year. It's August. I haven't watched a single. I haven't even started a movie to finish one.
I haven't either.
But now you see me three. Now you three me is what Dave Franco called it. So we should watch that.
I agree.
That's all I can think of. I want to watch Challengers. We should watch Challengers. Maybe not for the show. We should watch Challengers.
Okay, maybe not for the show. I would like to watch it, though.
Yeah.
It does look good.
Okay,
But
those are all my things, I think.
you'll just have to tune back next time to see what we get up to. It'll
Yes.
probably
Like I said, I
be
have a lot of
our
free time, so you might get some solo episodes out of me yapping.
whoa.
I'm reading a lot of books, so.
Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in,
I have been Kalina,
and I have been Eleanor.
and we will catch you next time.
Yes, we will. Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. Don't quote me on that. One day we'll have an outro, but it's not today.